Good evening, Eastern North Carolina. I'm your first alert meteorologist, Russell James. Starting off with the tropics, we are tracking three systems in the Atlantic. Idalia right now, post-tropical system, winds around 60 miles an hour. We also have Gert, which is sitting at 45 miles per hour, but then we have newly formed tropical storm Katia. Winds of 40 miles per hour out in the Atlantic Ocean. The good news is Katia right now is expected to stay well away from eastern North Carolina, expected to remain as a tropical storm before weakening down to a tropical depression. But again, has winds around 60 miles an hour, pressure down to 998 millibars. Good news for us. We don't have to worry about the tropics anytime soon, but we do need to keep an eye on things a little bit closer, especially as we head towards the peak of hurricane season, which is about around September 10th. So we're not far behind, and even then we still got a long ways to go before we get to the end of hurricane season, which is around November 30th. Closer to home, right now we're dealing with plentiful sunshine and calm breezes as a result of high pressure, mainly parked across the eastern third of the country. We also got a secondary ridge setting up across parts of, looks like the Four Corners region. Meanwhile, we got a little area of showers and thunderstorms associated with a stalled frontal boundary across parts of the deep south. The good news is it's going to stay well to our south over the coming days going into your Saturday, Sunday. Looks like we're going to be seeing some nicer weather. However, once we get into your Monday, you start noticing some of the winds begin to shift more towards the south. What's going to happen is high pressure is going to slide offshore, allowing for those southerly breezes to move in across the region. And you know what that means? We're going to uptick the humidity over the coming days. But I would have to say, look, Tuesday afternoon even showing nice and clear skies across the east. And this is going to last into your Wednesday as well. So we have a comfortable Labor Day weekend ahead, but heat will begin to increase as we head into next week. In fact, the latest Weather Prediction Center outlook over the next 6 to 10 days calling for warmer than average conditions pretty much all the way from Maine down into parts of LA to Las Vegas. It's going to be a hot time here in the United States. But for tonight, we got another nice evening ahead. Temperatures dropping down into the upper 50s, 58 degrees tonight, Greenville, 56 Ahoskie, and 64 tonight in Beaufort. Winds coming in from the north at around 3 to 7 miles an hour. Tomorrow, sunny and pleasant. The fall preview continues. Temperatures approaching the upper 80s to near 90, though I will say we got some moderate rip currents to be concerned about, certainly from Topsail Beach over towards Beaufort down to Wilmington, Curry Beach, and Oak Island, and then even across Cedar Island to Hatteras, Ocracoke. High rip currents certainly tomorrow, and definitely up towards Stumpy Point, Kitty Hawk, and Manteo, Southern Shores, and Duck. We could see some elevated surf as well as a result of the churned waves from Idalia. But looking at your 8-day forecast, temperatures into the 80s and 90s, overnight lows in the 50s and 60s to around 70 degrees.